Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm TKA Brew. We are recording this hours before the new season drops, and Colette is the newest brawler into the group, but she already needs a buff. After all the videos and reviews from the bigger Brawl Stars YouTubers, we know that Colette is very weak when it comes to actually taking anybody out. I have three big ideas that could actually improve her to the point where she's not so underpowered that she might actually end up being the best brawler in the game, so stick around. By the time this video goes up, everything will be live and they might have already buffed her somehow. But if not, Supercell and the Brawl Stars dev team, I'm hopefully you're listening because I have three good ideas for you guys. But the first thing we need to talk about is not getting rid of the percentage attack. Colette has a very unique attack inside the game with a very specific role in mind, and we don't want to lose that at all. We need a tank slayer, and with a percentage attack, that is totally possible. Her only major drawback is she cannot finish off brawlers by herself that well. So let's talk about three ideas to fix that. Now, the main reason why she can't kill basically anyone is the fact that she does a percentage attack. Because you take off a certain percentage of the remaining health every single time, you're never going to ever reach zero because of how percentages work. But to fix this, the dev team have already put in at level 1, her base damage is 200 and at maxed out it's at 280, which is actually fairly low because you're going to have to take a lot of shots to get most brawlers down that low period. So they already know that there's a problem with her killing people, and we need to make that base attack. Well, we're gonna tweak it a bit in this first idea. Now, keep in mind these ideas could be brought through as a main attack purpose or brought as a star power. They could be used as either or and could bring her to a very good middle of the road great brawler. So the first thing we want to do for our first idea is actually give her a base minimum percentage instead of just a base damage. What this means is if the brawler falls below, let's say 10% health, like their overall 10% health, and she hits them, it's an instant kill. So let's take Frank with the extra 1,000 health on him. He's over about 10,000 HP, which means if Frank is under 1,000 and Colette hits him, he's automatically dead. Now, this doesn't really scale too well when we get down to the lower brawlers, but with Tick being the lowest brawler and doing 280 damage is the minimum, with this buff of doing instant kill below 10% health, this means she does 310 damage instead of 280 to the lowest brawler, which is a very minimal buff. But for other brawlers and tanks with a lot more health, this actually is a much bigger buff to her minimum damage. My second idea, and probably the best idea out of all three of these, is hit markers or poison markers or some sort of marker that gets placed on the brawler. And when they add up to 5 markers, the brawler automatically dies. So that makes Colette a 5-shot brawler for anybody, which is good, especially if she's going up against the Tick who take a lot of shots. But it gives her a little bit more purpose to try to continually do damage. Now, the brawlers who get hit by these can remove them by retreating and waiting a period of time. It's going to be longer than the healing period, obviously, but not so long that she can peg you off 20 seconds down the road and then adds another one. So the brawlers that get these hit markers on them can lose them, and then once she adds up to 5 markers on one brawler, they automatically die. So it gives her a little bit more versatility. She doesn't have to do all the she can do all the work, but she doesn't have to do all the work if she can attach 5 poison markers, hit markers, I don't know what you want to call them, and then they just instantly just die after getting hit with 5. My last idea for Colette would be a leech life kind of attack. Kind of like what Crow does with poison, except it steals health instead of just poisoning them. This will also work into what appears to be a demon feeling around her, where she can actually steal life from people. This also means that they can't heal, which was Tick's biggest thing, and Tick seems to be the big problem what people are having when she shoots Tick, and Tick can heal faster than she gets shots back. But having a leech life to steal life from whoever she hits, they can't heal right away unless they go and hide. she gets more health, and they constantly tick down, so she technically does more damage in the end. But this does mean that she's going to have a lot harder. She'll still have a hard time finishing people off, but this will give other brawlers around her the ability to take them out a lot easier if they're poisoned. We'll call it poison, but we're going to call it we'll call it leech life. So those are my 3 main ideas of how to improve Colette. I still think the second one with the markers is probably the best way to go, because it definitely adds a new element to the game that wasn't there before. Thanks for hanging out with me until the very, very end of this video. If you liked it, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And if you have ideas of how you would like to buff Colette, I would love to hear them in the comments down below so we can have a creative discussion about them, and if we could somehow tag Supercell or Brawl Stars in this so we can share our ideas as a community to buff Colette, that would be great. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. You're all awesome, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.